Hey friends, welcome to another episode of the 10 Laws Podcast with East Forest. I am the Forester. How's it going? I am in between. I have one day off in tour here, and I wanted to drop you a little pod before we head back out on the road. And this week, I want to get into the Lovingly Guided. That's the new record that came out that is a sister record to Lovingly. It has 8 musically guided meditations. That's what I'm calling them. And I want to take you a bit behind the scenes and unpack how I make these meditations, like the anatomy of one of these, and a little bit more about what the intention is and so forth. So I'll do that here, and I'm also going to then play one of the meditations off the record in full, so you could just kind of drop into it. So if you want to skip ahead to that, you can. But before we do that, I was going to give you a little update, a couple little stories from the road. So we were just in Australia, and we got home yesterday, and then I'm here today to basically do laundry and repack. And then tomorrow we go to New York, and we start the first leg of the U.S. portion of the invitation tour. And that's going to be in the Northeast and in the Midwest. So, I'm going to be in Kingston, New York. That's upstate New York, near where I went to college, actually, on November 6th at a place called Assembly, which I'm excited about. My buddy Lewis told me it's brand new, so it has a nice sound system. Then we go right to D.C., and then Springfield, Mass., Brooklyn, Boston, Columbus, Minneapolis, Madison, Milwaukee, Chicago. So we end on November 17th in Chicago. So that's 10 shows in 11 days. That's right, after being in Australia. There's a thing called jet lag. I'm just taking this a day at a time, because if I think about it, anything beyond the day I have to attend to, I honestly can start to feel some panic attack feelings. And I don't want to do that. I'm a little bleary-eyed at the moment, but I thought it was important to drop in and say hello and get some word out before I head out there. I'm also going to share some recordings. We had some special moments in Melbourne and Sydney and the Gold Coast. And before that, I was at Spirit Rock, and I did a whole Ram Dass set. And so there were a couple cool recordings. I just mixed a couple down, and I'm going to share them on the Patreon, and probably snippets of them here and there on socials and YouTube and so forth. But if you want to hear them, patreon.com/eastforest. They'll start dripping out here. It's free to check that out. And I want to say thanks to the Patreon, because I call it the council. That's where all of these meditations that are on Lovingly Guided came from. Over the last 5 years, I think it's been, we've been doing various forms of monthly councils, and I do some one-on-one sessions, and sometimes I just make meditations for everybody. And they always happen by making it up, so to speak, in a spot. It's an improvisation. They have to be embodied. They have to be full of feeling. I'm going to get into that. I got to finish up Australia. I want to say thanks to everyone who came out to shows. We had some really lovely audiences in all of them, and that's what made all the difference. It was fun to be at the end there. We played at the Enmore Theater, which is like a beautiful classic theater, and that was like just rad to be at this kind of spaces I'm wanting to get into, because when we have a seat, I think you're comfortable, and when you're comfortable, you can drop in and you know what to expect. And moreover, there are some folks who maybe aren't deep in this world, let's just say, and they're curious about coming or want to check it out, but if they see a show is all like lying down, or some people even see the word ceremony, and it just kind of freaks them out. So there's something egalitarian about being able to just sit down in a chair. Oftentimes you're buying, quote unquote, a ticket. It's nice to give you something to sit on, or a space that is yours. But I think it really opens the tent. It broadens our circle, shall we say. And when we're in these theaters, we can have better sound. We can bring more theatrics into it. And I can start to build this show that I've been envisioning for almost 20 years. And we're getting there. I think I can see it now within a couple years, and we're already on the way. And I already felt like when we were in Australia, particularly I remember when I was in Melbourne, just that I was able to tread some new ground as a performer. And that's important to me. It's always really important to me that I'm on the spear tip of my own development as an artist, and I'm always pushing that forward. And I was able to find new zones of expression and freedom in that space. And it's powerful for me to be able to unpack that and like crack the code of like, well, what helped me do that? And a lot of it was the audience, like in essence, what they gave me. And it was just very warm and supportive. And I felt a kind of freedom to be able to step here, step there, and be like, I'm just going to do it. I mean, those thoughts can even go through my head in the performance. Like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the thing that just came up in my mind, the inspiration. So yeah, we'll share some of that music. But Wanderlust, they treated us so well. I want to say thanks to them, and I wouldn't have even been able to go if it wasn't for them. We were chilling in the hotel one night, Rod and I, and I opened up Spotify to show her a song. And you know when you open it sometimes and it's like, join so-and-so's jam, like, because they've set, they're listening to music and they've either auto set or it's set to have other people join. You're in a hotel though, so I'm like, I don't know who this is. It was someone in like the 13th floor named Jesse or something. So Jesse was listening to, I joined her jam, of course. I don't know, like what I would consider bad R&B. And by the way, rest in peace, D'Angelo. That is amazing R&B. Or it's not even R&B. He called it black music, and I thought that's a really amazing way to describe it. It's just freaking good music is what it is. I know that for sure. It changed my life. D'Angelo's Voodoo is one of the greatest albums of all time. It's in my top 10. And maybe one day I'll do a show where I can share my top 10 albums. But that's always been in the top 5. There's many reasons why, but when D'Angelo passed, that was tough. I was in Australia when I learned that too. But we joined Jesse's jam, and she's listening to this sort of EDM-y R&B stuff, and I was like, I want to throw in some songs that'll come on next. So first we threw on Weird Al Yankovic. I'm fat, you know it. And she let the whole song play and didn't skip it. And I'm like, okay, either she didn't notice because it's a cool jam, or doesn't listen to the lyrics and let it go, or she's just joined the Weird Al Yankovic rabbit hole and she's a new fan. So then we took it a step further and decided to drop some polka, like full-on traditional polka. That lasted about 10 seconds before she promptly skipped that song. How dare she? She went back to her jam, not realizing that there were other people in the jam. She thought the algorithm was just nuts. And I think after that, what was the coup d'etat that cinched the deal where she kicked me out of her jam? Yes. I played a wonderful classic mariachi band song, one of the best of Mexico. She was not too happy about that in the change of taste, shall we say, that moved from song to song, and then she booted me out. But we had a great time doing that. We also walked around some lovely botanical gardens. We tried to see some penguins in Melbourne. Didn't get past the gate. I think I was within 100 feet of some legit penguins. We went to the beach one day because we're like, we have to go to the beach when we were in Gold Coast. We woke up at dawn. Dawn there, by the way, was like 4:30 in the morning or something, like crazy early, and it's just full sun. But we were awake, of course, because of the jet lag. So we went to the beach. I even bought, we lost our luggage, so I had to buy clothing and a bathing suit. So I bought a Speedo because apparently they're from Australia and it's like a thing. And I was like, when in Rome, when in Gold Coast. So we went swimming for a hot minute down there. And yeah, I didn't even want to talk about the luggage thing because I'm so bored of talking about it. But yes, our flight was delayed like 24 hours when we were in LAX. When you go to the gate and normally they're like, your flight's been delayed for 20 minutes, an hour. They're like, your flight's been delayed for 23 hours. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that constitutes as canceling the flight and there's another flight tomorrow. That's not how they described it. They delayed the flight. So we had to stay in LAX for that long. By the time we got there, I think 4 calendar days had passed. And of course, as I suspected, the luggage did not make it, but nor did they deliver it. But because I had AirTags, get AirTags if you don't have AirTags. I knew where the luggage was, but if I didn't have those, I literally would have never got it back because they eventually were like, oh, it's American Airlines' fault, it's Qantas's fault, it's whoever's fault, it's this person's responsibility. That's even if you can get someone on the phone and you have to be on hold for an hour. They didn't know where anything was. I could see it was at 2 different airports. One was an hour away, so we just drove to the airport after 4 or 5 days, and I just said, behind that wall is 3 of my bags, and they brought them out. And then the next day, of course, they didn't deliver anything. I had the show, and so we drove to another airport and did the same thing. No apologies, nothing. They're just like, yep, here I am talking about it, even when I said I wouldn't talk about it. It's just crazy. So I think it was 6 days before I had everything. And the first show, we had to rent a keyboard, and I went to like a music store and bought some gear, just like a stand, and I needed some percussion stuff. So I bought like one of those kids' percussion kits, like rattles and maracas and its little tiny tambourine and stuff, and it actually worked quite well. We pulled the show off, again, thanks to Wanderlust for just stepping it up and figuring out how to get some gear for it. And all that happened. We went to a botanical garden that was stunning in Melbourne, and we had some good food here and there at different places. Met some fun new people. So it's lovely. I mean, I hadn't been back in Australia since 2020, and just as nice. The only thing I wish I had is like more time to go check out outside the cities or to get up to like Byron Bay and north of Byron Bay. That's one of my favorite areas, but we didn't quite make it. So I hope to be back. I don't know when, but have some thoughts and plans at least now. But I've not even been 24 hours, so I'm fresh off the boat, as it were. Okay, let's get into this meditation. So when I make these, the way I like to do it is try to be centered, but allow the meditation to center me in the same way I would hope it is the listener. So I am listening to some kind of music is what's driving it for me. So I would pick that in advance. It could be a recorded song, something from a show, whatever it is. And I just drop in and I'm listening very carefully through my headphones and wanting to weave with the music in such a way that we're fairly quickly dropping us into a place of that centeredness, that heart space, the soul space. And it's very important to me. I couldn't imagine writing it out. And I think traditionally most people, I think that's how they do it. They type it out or they write out, they create this meditation idea. And for me, it's the opposite. It's not an idea. It's something that has to emerge. So, of course, sometimes maybe it feels less embodied than others, but sometimes it feels very embodied. And usually it's somewhere we have to get to. So it might start in a place that's a little like heady or, on earth. And then midway or 2/3 through sometimes, that's where the juice happens. That's where we get to the bhav, if we're lucky and we've opened. And I feel emotion. When I feel that infinite feeling inside, or I almost feel teary-eyed at times, that's what I'm going for. It feels connected to something true and real. And that to me is the point of a quote-unquote meditation. I suppose some people might look at the Lovingly Guided album and say, oh, these are not traditional meditations or this or that or whatnot. But I don't even know what the actual definition would be. I mean, you could say that there's music and there's vocal guidance, so there's not a lot of just blank space where you're dropping in to some kind of traditional meditative space yourself. But that's what I like about it, is that they're very simple, they're approachable, dare I say easy. And the music itself, it's like, scoring a film or something. That's what carries the emotion. There's nothing wrong with putting your attention onto music just by itself and having the spoken word guidance take you from here to there, from A to B. It makes it something anybody can do. And the point is simply to feel yourself, to feel that centeredness. From there, when the meditation ends, you can do whatever you need to do. Perhaps you continue off. Maybe it's a launching pad, or it's a space, a plenum of consciousness where you can make better decisions or just not make decisions. Just let things sit, let things rest, put aside the to-do list and just let beingness be. That's what it's all about. And I like being able to play with the album lovingly and offer it. It's like using it as a tool to do more things with it. Of course, its main primary purpose and the way it was recorded was inside psilocybin ceremonies, guiding them. And that to me is that truly unlocks its dimensional shape and power. But there's no rules. There's no rules. I met someone on tour who's a high school teacher, and they're using the music in classes just to bring kids down. So there you go. I met some people who said it's the kids' music at night that they go to bed to. Okay, sounds good to me. Whatever works for you, whatever you works for. Music is a musical tool because you choose it to be that way. Because you say we're gonna do that. So I'm interested in knowing your experiences with these meditations and how the album's been going in general. So drop us a line on socials or team@eastforest.org is our email. And I'd love to hear how the reverberations are out there in the world. And if you're able to make it to one of the shows coming up, I can't wait to see you. Thank you for helping to gather the tribe. A lot of these cities I've never even played in. So I'm really putting myself out there, and it's a tremendous amount of effort and work for us all to be there. There's 4 of us in our little light and tight crew heading out in the Sprinter van. And I just want you to be there if you can and want to be there. That's all. I hate it when I just leave a city and then 2 days later someone's like, "When are you coming here to Columbus?" I'm like, "Oh, I was just there." That's always a drag for everybody. But I appreciate you maybe tagging or inviting a few friends to help that all come together, because we're all so busy and there's so many things going on. And we're getting into that time of year, believe it or not, of the holidays and all the things that tug us this way and that way. So I do believe it is more important than ever that we connect and we drop in. It's a practice, right? There's no particular destination, but it's one of strength and inner fortitude of heart-mind, meaning not your head-mind, the heart-mind. And that is the invitation. That is why it is called the Invitation Tour, because it's an invitation to become what we are. It's an invitation to help the new world unfold that is becoming. It is an invitation to trust the unfoldment, and it's an invitation to participate. And we do that from within. Everything moves out from there. The action comes from a place of knowing and groundedness within. So this meditation is called The Invitation in Between, and it features the song Will Know, and I recorded it right here at this little studio desk. When you can imagine that process, you can listen to how I'm sort of hearing it unfold myself, and we get to some really beautiful spaces, and I hope you do too. Thank you for listening. Hope to see you out there, and thanks to everyone again on the Patreon and who just came to a show. This is The Invitation in Between off of Lovingly Guided, available anywhere you listen to music. Finding ourselves in the here and now just by taking a few breaths in and out. Gently. At your pace. What are you holding on to in your body that maybe you could relax a bit? Like the air in your lungs as you breathe in, just gently like a cloud moves through your extremities, your feet, your toes, up through your chest, down through your shoulders, into your hands and your fingertips. Almost like as you breathe, you are a cloud. You feel that lightness. dropping any little bits of rain that you're holding on to, any heaviness, any tension releases. Just floating, just being. All is welcome. In this space, we deepen our listening. The subtlety of it is so natural. It's not additive. We simply take things away, and the richness of this presence is available to us. That's right, you create the invitation to be spoken to. It's like it's polite, it's an opening is the invitation. An attitude of being. What if you're always in between? Always in that spaciousness. Notice as you breathe in and out. Notice the pause in between each. If you like, you can count 4 in and hold for 4. And then 4 out and hold again. Very good. And here we are together. Edge walking on something with no edge. It's a loosening. It's a loosening. It's natural. I want you just to receive in this opening, in this loosening, there's a tenderness. That's you, that's all of us. And it needs to be sung to. Whispered to be sat with. gentle smile just in the corners of your mouth. A gentle nod of knowing. Like a mudra for your body to say yes. 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 Breathing into your heart, allowing a bit more time to rest into this space. The space in between is one of boundless creation. It's the plenum of who we are. It's a place of safety, of home. Let this knowing be remembered. What is? Maybe take a few more breaths that expand a little larger in your body. Just feel the edges of your being in the room. And we'll close this meditation